The rise and fall of Charlie Javice is one of the most striking cautionary tales in the modern startup world. Once celebrated as a visionary entrepreneur who was going to change how American students accessed financial aid, Javice now faces the reality of spending more than 7 years behind bars. On Monday, September 30th, 2025, at the Manhattan Federal Courthouse, U.S. District Judge Alvin Hellerstein sentenced the 33-year-old startup founder to 85 months in prison, a little over 7 years, for defrauding JPMorgan Chase & Co. in its $175 million acquisition of her student finance startup Frank. The sentencing came after months of legal battles, national media coverage, and a trial that captivated both Wall Street and Silicon Valley. The courtroom drama prosecutors had pushed for a 12-year sentence, citing the magnitude of the fraud and its damage to JPMorgan's reputation. But Judge Hellerstein, while stern, also recognized Javice's character testimonials and relative youth. "You're a good person," the judge told her during sentencing, according to Bloomberg. "You've done a bad thing, and I have to punish you." In addition to prison time, Javice was ordered to forfeit $22.4 million and pay $287.5 million in restitution to JPMorgan, an extraordinary financial penalty that reflects the scale of the deception. Before the sentence was handed down, Javice spoke directly to the court. "I am deeply sorry, and I am asking with all my heart for forgiveness. If it were within my power, I would never make the same mistakes again. Not for money, not for recognition, not for anything." Who is Charlie Javice? Charlie Javice was once hailed as a bright star in the startup ecosystem. Born in 1992, she studied at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School, where she earned a Bachelor of Science in Finance, Operations, Information and Decisions, and Law. Even as a student, Javice displayed entrepreneurial instincts. In 2010, she founded PowerUp, a platform connecting students and professionals to invest in sustainable solutions. Her early career included a stint at Planet Finance Argentina, where she learned about microcredit evaluation and microfinance portfolio management. In 2016, she founded Frank, a startup aimed at simplifying the financial aid application process for students across the U.S. The mission resonated with many. Student debt had become a national crisis, and Frank promised to streamline one of the most complicated systems in higher education. By 2021, her startup caught the attention of JPMorgan Chase, one of the world's largest investment banks. In September 2021, the bank acquired Frank for $175 million, a deal that was supposed to accelerate JPMorgan's digital transformation and strengthen its appeal to younger customers. At the time, Javice was celebrated as a young female founder breaking barriers in finance and technology. She had been named to Forbes' 30 Under 30 list and invited to speak at global conferences. But behind the accolades, something darker was unfolding. How the fraud worked as JPMorgan conducted due diligence ahead of the acquisition. Javice allegedly fabricated user data to make Frank appear much bigger than it actually was. Prosecutors said Javice and a co-conspirator created millions of fake customer accounts, inflating Frank's user base from fewer than 300,000 real users to more than 4.25 million. This deception convinced JPMorgan that Frank was a thriving, high-impact startup with enormous potential to attract student customers. In reality, it was far smaller, and its growth was far less impressive than advertised. The ruse worked, temporarily. JPMorgan moved forward with the acquisition, paying out $175 million for a company built on false promises. But cracks soon appeared. The bank discovered discrepancies when it attempted to use Frank's data to market new financial products to students. Emails bounced back, engagement was almost non-existent, and the truth began to unravel.